Hey everyone, welcome to the Base Unit. The Base Unit is a video series for high school physics, especially those that are studying the Cambridge A-level syllabus. But since the foundations of physics are the same, these videos on this channel will be relevant to you even if you are studying a different board such as AQA, EdXL, OCR, AP Physics and IB Physics. You might have to look through your syllabus to see where some of the differences are, but overall the concepts will be useful to you as well. So before we start with the first chapter, let's look at some of the prerequisites that you need to know. Mostly this is mathematical knowledge that you've studied previously, so let's get right into it. So let's start out with Pythagoras' theorem. Pythagoras' theorem is to do with right-angled triangles, and it helps to find the length of the sides of the right-angled triangle and the angles within them. So firstly, if I had a right-angled triangle, then the longest side is the hypotenuse, and then we've got the opposite side and the adjacent side. The opposite side is the side that's opposite to the angle that we're looking at, and the adjacent side is the side that's adjacent to the angle that we're looking at. So we can use the formula a square is equal to b square plus c square to find out the hypotenuse, or in terms of the sides we could say h square is equal to o square plus a square. And then we can also use the lengths of the sides to find the angles by using sine theta, because sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, cos theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, or tan theta, which is equal to opposite over adjacent. So you can use any of the three depending on the sides that you have. Now if you don't have a right angle triangle, then we have to use a different method. We have to use a cosine rule. So we've got three sides, A, B and C, and the angle opposite to that side is the one that corresponds to it. Then we use cosine rule, which is a square is equal to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos a, and we can interchange the letters to find out any side that we need to. Then we can also use sine rule in such a triangle to find out the lengths of one of the sides or the angle depending on what values we have. So sine rule is in the form of a ratio of the side to the angle in sine form. So we've got a over sine a is equal to b over sine b, which is equal to c over sine c. So in your course you also have to know how to rearrange equations. So if you have a certain equation and you want to move something to the other side and make one of the quantities the subject of the equation, then you should be able to know how to do that. Alright, so it would be helpful to you if you knew how to use powers of 10 within the course. So for example, if I was multiplying two powers of 10, for example 10 to the power of 6 multiplied by 10 to the power of minus 2, then I would add the powers together and that would give me 10 to the power of 4. Now similarly for division, instead of adding the powers I would subtract the powers. So if I had 10 to the power of minus 9 and it was being divided by 10 to the power of minus 5, then I get minus 9 minus 5, so I end up with 10 to the power of minus 4. Now there are some standard mathematical equations that you will need to know, and you probably come across them already, such as the area of a circle, the volume of a sphere, and here are some of the ones listed that you will have to use. Finally, estimations. Estimations are to do with the standard average values of the physical world around us. For example, the mass of a person is 70 kilograms, the mass of an apple is 250 grams, the walking speed of a person is 1 meters per second, and a car on the motorway travels at 30 meters per second. So here's a list of some of the estimations that are common, and there are others that you might have to make and use. And that's about it for this video. In the next video, we'll be looking at the very first chapter for AS Physics. I'm very excited to be making these videos for you, and I hope they will help you throughout your physics journey. I know that physics can be a tough subject, but with a bit of perseverance and practice, I have no doubt that you will be able to achieve the results that you're looking for. Just remember, you got the power.